All right, guys, I am here with Scott. Scott, we're finally telling your story. We're about 3+ weeks into this experience, man.
Yes.
What was life like before you joined the 21 Broom program?
Well, it was pretty challenging. I wasn't moving very well, wasn't very flexible, did not feel well most mornings or afternoons or evenings for that matter, so I knew something needed to change.
What was the biggest problem?
For me, the biggest problem had to do with having a heart-to-heart with my doctor and him telling me something needed to change. So that's what happened with me.
And how was that problem impacting your life?
Life was only going to go downhill. New medications, less mobility, can enjoy fewer things. Not good.
What were your fears before you got started?
Well, for me, I'm in my late 40s. I have tried most things. I've done a lot of things in my life, and you get to this point where you think nothing I do will actually work, and so why bother? And so trying one more thing, I'd never tried a trainer ever. That's one thing I hadn't tried. And so, going in, I'm like, well, I could spend this money and this time and still not accomplish anything, but we're going to give it a try anyway.
Yeah, and that might answer my next question, but what did we teach you to solve that biggest problem?
Well, I think the biggest thing was that we're focusing on some core key behaviors. We're not looking at weight loss as the outcome, the goal. That's going to be a result of just being healthier, being fitter, and which is a good way of looking at it. So I'm not so obsessing over the little steps along the way. It's really about, am I doing the right habits, the right behaviors, and so I think that's been very helpful.
Right, and so everyone kind of wants to know, what are the results after that 3+ week experience? Give us some details.
Yeah, so in the 3 weeks, I did lose a little bit of weight, which is nice, but not like, if I was on some crash diet plan, some unhealthy weight loss. But I would say that my mobility certainly is higher, my endurance is higher, I can crawl longer, I can lift my legs higher, I do feel better in general. I've been able to do more around the house. I've been able to just move better and feel better when I'm doing it.
That sounds life-changing.
That is life-changing, yes.
I think it sounds life-changing. It's really cool.
Right.
What are you working on for the future? What's the future look like for the next, maybe the next 3+ weeks, that kind of a time period?
Yeah. So not losing the progress made, obviously, so still working on some of the milestone 1 through 3, exercises. I'm out of them, but I'm still going to keep working core. I've got to get the posture right. So looking at the camera there, got to get that right. Working the crawl, trying to get the crawl longer and longer. I want to be able to beat that.
Yeah, and just continuing to move better, continue to have more energy, and just we're really proud of you because you've prioritized your health. You're putting yourself first, and it doesn't mean that you're spending 8 hours a day on yourself. It just means that you are allocating a time. We call it 3% of your day.
I'm spending 3% of my day on it. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the future, man.
Thank you. Me too.
And maybe in 3+ weeks we'll come back with another little update.
Everyone
wants to know.
All right. Well, that's great. We'll let them know.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
No problem.
Boom.